the year. But would Kayla and Kelly please come up? They would like to make a presentation to, I call them the Wagner twins, and I don't know if I should, but Mary and Jerry.
This is a thank you from the school saying that we'll all miss you on your retirement. There are pictures of things that you did for us and sayings that all the students made from the school.
Whole cycle, and it's been really fun watching them grow from 5-year-olds to, I think some of them are 22 right now. But they've been wonderful to see them grow in their schoolwork and social life, and they're all just wonderful children. Later on today, after the reception, they will be going back to their homeroom, and rather than to give all...
Last fall to be their classroom representatives to the student council. These leaders were here at school 7:30 in the morning on the worst day of the week, which is Monday. After they slept in on Saturday and Sunday, they were here and ready to work. This was, for many of them, their first opportunity to try leadership. And I think about the leadership that they did, and from our teacher perspective, the leadership was also learning. They learned how to organize. They learned how to communicate because they had to go to the primary grades and explain what's happening. They had to learn how to communicate in written form because they had to make memos and posters for the events. They learned a lot about finances and money and fundraising, and then deciding what they wanted to do with the money that they raised. They did a lot in terms of leadership, and eventually it all turned into spirit. And they really worked hard for school spirit. The color days were organized by the student council, is represented at the New Sun Prairie Library. These students also have a heart for others, and some of the money that they donated went to the Kosovo relief efforts. They did a lot of projects here in school just to be helpful, and we're extremely proud of their efforts. So we would like to recognize them. We're going to start with the 4th graders. Stephanie McHale. Eric Wiegand. Mandy Kittner. Alyssa Schmitz. Andrew Donnan. Katie Karenick. Christy Richter. Philip Olson. And our president for this year, who kept us all going, Kayla Klund. Thank you, participators, for your leadership. Thank you, parents. Again, I want to reiterate what Mr. Yellish said, for sending us such eager, dedicated learners and leaders. We're able to do so many things with your children when they're here because they're ready to learn, prepared to learn. And that makes Mrs. Cook's job, our Project Learn teacher, much easier well, maybe harder because she has so many people to get to work with. She has some certificates for all of the students that she's worked with this year in the classroom and in small groups. So. This is always a great time for me because I have all these awards that I have to give to kids that I've worked with over the year. And it always amazes me how, with all the activities we have here at Eastside, how the students and the teachers are able to do this extra and do it so well. I'm going to start out with giving the Wordmaster Challenge Award. Wordmasters is a program that we do in 3rd grade, and it's an exercise in critical thinking which first encourages students to become thoroughly familiar with a set of interesting new words. When you hear your name called, would you please come up? Megan Stetnish. Megan, are you here? 2 of our 5th grade students had their works published in the Yahara River Anthology, which is also a program that the Dane County TAG coordinators do with the University of Wisconsin. And they were also honored at a ceremony earlier this year, in May actually, at the university. And I have their certificates here. Would you please come forward? Michelle Kayland, who had her cartoon published. And Kayla Klun, who had an editorial published. Thank you. The 5th grade News Bowl team had a big challenge this year for the previous University of Wisconsin campus, and they competed against students from Verona, Middleton, and Cross Plains. Would the following students come up and get their certificates? Kayla Klund, Alex Voss, and Max Zinsner.
We have at Eastside, we had about 35 buddies this year, and I'm very proud of all of them. They took the time in the morning to help kids with their reading, with their math, and for some of them in the afternoons helping some other kids fill out their assignment notebooks. So I'm very proud of these kids, and I'm going to call up 4 different groups of buddies to recognize them and to say thanks. First group of kids are from Mrs. Goldschmidt's class.
Advisors, thank you. Talk about that. Just a couple things. First of all, this is a great group because, and we love to work with them because they're not only nominated by their fellow students, but they're also nominated by the staff. And so to become a peer mediator, you have to go through a long process. And in this big, crazy world, these are great skills to have. And so we've seen so much on the playground, and we've seen so much in the classroom of peer mediation and conflict resolution that we are so proud of them. And we will continue this next year. The other nice part about this is their job is not done. We pass their names on to the middle school, and they join what is called the Peace Club, and they continue using their skills not only at school, but we hope also at home. This is this year's peer mediators. Lindsay Brinza, Alex Voss, Eric Wiegand, Alyssa Smith, Melody Harden, Ian Strode, Kayla Klund, Doug Miller, Rebecca Rangel, and Andrew Dowman. plan and budget their time so that they can be successful with that in their preparation for middle school. And we have some awards for 5th graders who had absolutely no late homework this year.
In the Sun Prairie School District, we have a group that's called the Sun Prairie Business and Education Partnership, made up of about 54 businesses now, and the school system. And they recognize students for different things throughout the year, but at the end of the year, the students in 5th grade and 6th grade who have perfect homework for the entire year, by perfect I mean turning it in on time, get a breakfast out at General Casualty, and this year they were able to hear Coach Dick Bennett speak to them, who's the basketball coach at the University of Wisconsin. And this year we have quite a few students that had just a great year. So when you come up, let's hold the applause again until everybody gets here. Alyssa Schmitz, Jody Heilman, Tyler Roberts, Emily Bacon, Lindsay Brinza, David Shimmick, William Chassé, Kayla Klun, Rebecca Sinderhoff, Eric Berndt, Leisha Burr, Christy Richter, Katie Krennick, and Alex Voss.
Very hard with our 5th graders on developing their language skills, their vocabulary skills, teaching them how to think figuratively and think in pictures, and make their words flow to say just exactly what they mean instead of, the thing. And so, as you listen this morning to all of the different poetry, we want you to really think about what it symbolizes and what it means about your children.
Again, as I said before, I congratulate you all on everything that you've done, and I wish you the best next year and so forth. But I forgot to say one thing before that has to do not only with the 5th grade, but all of the students. This year the Student Council had a challenge, or a reading challenge, and I believe the students in that portion of time had read 58,000 minutes of reading.
Evolving our sunflowers. We began as a pot of dirt, damp and unsure, wondering what lies ahead of us. We are scared and we are shy. We knew nothing of the world we see beneath the ground. But slowly and surely, we opened our eyes, peeking our docile green leaves above a murky surface, and grew, slowly but surely, lifting ourselves towards the sunshine. And just now, our green leaves, which have cocooned us in these learning days, brightly bloom in a brilliant flash of yellow petals, knowing somewhat about the world, saying farewell to our first 2 guardians who have touched our lives in times of laughter, melancholy, and trust.
Look down upon us with understanding in their eyes. They see us as a sprout, a sapling of knowledge and understanding, and a sliver of determination to make it through this world of wonder and woe. Together as a whole, we have the knowledge, the heart, the feelings that it takes to take on the world in a successful way. Peeking around obstacles, we are sunflowers, and we will grow to be whatever our shimmering dreams lead us to. Full of memories and thoughts, we will remember together, each other. We are sunflowers.